Good evening, my name's Alex Campbell and you're watching the second episode of Dissecting Thrones. First of all, I want to make an apology to Mr. A Clash of Kings here by George R.R. Martin. I got angry. I got angry at the show and the quality and what's happened to the quality and what's happened to the narrative. And I took that out on this book. And I shouldn't have, because this is a great book, this is a great series, and some of my best times reading have been this series. Now what I should have done was this. Fuck you BD Wise and whatever the fuck the other guy's name is.
You fucking bastard. You fucking break my show, I'll fucking burn you. I'll burn you all.
Fucking mind of exactly what they fucking need to complete the story arc. Come on guys, you can do better than that. Apparently, they can't do better than that.
I always thought this would be a homecoming. Doesn't feel like home.
Then why did you spend 10 minutes dramatically entering the castle? Seriously, check this scene out.
If you ever betray me, I'll burn you alive.
That is literally one of the reasons why your father was considered mad.
Your Grace, forgive me, but your translation is not quite accurate. That noun has no gender in High Valyrian, so the proper translation for that prophecy would be the prince or princess.
Oh, come on! If they execute the siege of the Red Keep properly, it's gonna be fucking awesome. They probably won't. I'm talking to you guys.
I've outlived them all. You know why?
Because you're old.
Where am I? Who are you people? What's going on?
Also, women don't fight in battle, so there's a much higher chance that you'll survive.
It is hard for me to say goodbye to you.
Why?
I really don't care. I can't stress that enough.
You're not dying today, Sir Jorah.
Sam, you're stealing books from the secret library and you're breaking the rules. They're gonna kick you out of Hogwarts soon.
Try not to get killed.
No, I won't. I'm like you, Harry. I'm a survivor.
Fat Pie died of diabetes. 12 seconds later. Alright, I think this scene is actually a really good example of the quality shift from seasons 1 to 4 to 5, 6, and 7.
Nymeria?
And also the comparison of how the books handled this compared to how the show handled this. Now, in season 1 to 4, the guys, BD, what the fuck ever, and Cuntface McGee, were following George's books quite closely, and the tone and quality of that matched the quality of the books. I mean, this guy has spent 20 years writing this series. It's well thought out, and he's taken time and effort for all the little plot lines and plot points to make sense, and all the characters' decisions and motivations to be completely logical with who their characters are, how their characters have been set up. Now, this scene in the book, basically all it is you hear a guy mention the fact that there's a rumor that there's a large she-wolf who has been running with a pack of wolves around, and she's the leader of this pack. Now, the way I seen that when I read it was, oh, it's Nymeria, you know? That's a really cool, like, little fucking reference to that plotline, which was just fucking discarded, which is fine, because not having arcs is actually a really good way to subvert expectations. And then in the show, you know, It's not subtle at all. It's right there in your face. It's like, here's the wolf. Check it out, it's Nymeria. Remember, you guys? Remember? Seriously, at this point I was half expecting Arya to jump on the wolf's back and ride to Winterfell. That would have been great.
Have you forgotten what happened to our grandfather? The Mad King invited him to King's Landing and roasted him alive.
That's actually a good point.
Daenerys is a queen. Only a king can convince her to help us.
What? That makes no sense.
You're abandoning your home.
I'm leaving both in good hands.
Whose?
Yours.
There are like 100 better qualified people at Winterfell who have dealt with running an army and running a castle. Way more experience than Sansa, because you know Sansa has 0 experience doing that. Get Davros to run the place while you're gone. What if something happens and she fucks up and her decision leads to all those people dying? Then what's going to happen? The White Walkers are going to destroy Westeros. There's no logical reason for Jon to go there other than the scene where Jon meets Daenerys. We've all been waiting for that. This guy literally rescued Sansa from your enemy and saved her life, and then bailed you out in the middle of a battle that you would have lost at. I'm pretty sure you should be marrying Sansa off to him, not strangling him because he's kind of creepy. I mean, sure, he betrayed Ned, but Jon doesn't know that. Alright, this is one of the ships from the Greyjoy fleet the Euron commands. This is what it looks like. It looks like a ship, right? Not like this. Song of Fire and Ice is actually a really good depiction of medieval lifestyles, warfare and culture. And George R. R. Martin put a lot of time into researching the War of the Roses and a lot of other literature to get that accurate. And you know, just when they throw this Pirates of the Caribbean fucking cartoon ship in my face, it doesn't match the tone that they've set in the first 4 seasons. It's just like completely skewed from what the show was and what it was meant to be and the books. It was a semi-realistic medieval depiction just with a little bit of fantasy sprinkled in, you know? It wasn't fucking Disney's cartoons, Pirates of the Caribbean, Game of Thrones.
You shut up about mama. Mama.
What accent is that, Italian? Yeah, mama, mamma mia. They're meant to be Mediterranean, not Italian. Now, I know I complained in the last episode that we didn't have any action. And call me cynical. But I just really found this scene to be disorientating and confusing. I mean, the cinematography was so dark. They were doing that shaky cam technique. And then they just kept on like randomly cutting between characters, and your perception of where everyone is in relation to the characters keeps on changing because they keep on cutting. What? What's going on? What is this? What? Huh? Ah, what? What the fuck was that? Anyway, in conclusion, whatever, man. Read the books!